Hello, everyone. Ron Zarate here, and you're watching Timing is Everything. And welcome to my first episode within this chapter titled Chapter 1 Emerald Valley, 4-tape demo era, Episode 1 Intro to Breathe. In this first episode, I will be kicking off my first song that I've ever written, which is titled Breathe. I wrote this song at the age of 13, writing the lyrics in my bedroom and the music in my parents' garage. This song provided me the building blocks of songwriting. I had no songwriting, vocal, or lyrical training whatsoever, not even instrumentation arrangements or anything like that, as I had only been playing the drums for about 7 months and the guitar for about 4 or 5 months at that time. But I was practicing every day. And when I say every day, I literally mean every day. Before school, after school, on the weekends, staying up late, waking up early, not eating. It was an addiction, literally. I taught myself the way around the guitar, enough to be able to write this song at the time. I remember going into the garage and first playing the guitar and singing some lyrics I had previously written down. I didn't have an amp at the time I wrote this. So I wrote it and heard the playback through my sister's karaoke machine. I remember writing this over one evening in the garage at my parents' house. I came up with the basic verse structure and just strummed that repeatedly, over and over and over, to just make a chorus. I added a few bar chords to add something with the lyrics I chose to use. I wanted to make sure they sounded in tune together. I also wanted to make sure the picking was precise and very in line with how I felt at that time. I wanted to make sure I fit the melody of the lyrics with the melody of the bar chords I was playing. Little did I know at the time, it's funny that I think about it now, the guitar was tuned up an entire step, and that's how I recorded it. I didn't know how to properly tune a guitar back then. I didn't even know at that point, I didn't even know you had to tune a guitar to a certain, sound. But how did I learn to do that? I learned this after watching my friend's dad tune his guitar once at his house when we were over there. When I saw him tune it for the first time, I was like, wow, like the sound that came out was just amazing now that you've tuned it. But little did I know, when you tune a guitar, you also need to make sure that you're tuning to the key that you want. I guess he left that part out. I didn't do that. I do not have the original karaoke recording of this song when I was 13, but I do have the original 4-track recording of this song when I recorded this into my 4-track recorder when I was 15. And this is it. I still have it to this day. This is Fostex X14 multi-track recorder right here. This thing's been with me forever. I'm gonna get this old 4-track hooked up so I can show you a sample of how this song was first recorded. Keep in mind, this was written and recorded over 30 years ago. The tapes are original, and they're extremely worn, actually. Here's a shot of the volume 1 4-track demo tape. This is where the song is at. My 4-track is broken now, as you can see, but I've rigged it to play the tapes. So what you're going to hear is a guitar, a whole step up, a lead guitar, some drums, and some vocals. I did write a bass line at the time, but didn't record it at the time because I didn't have a bass on hand when I recorded it. It was, now that I think about it, it was on loan from my friend, and I only had just enough time with it, to write a bass line. So both the rhythm and lead parts were written with the same guitar, a black electric Washburn I had purchased at the time for about $100 brand new. It's an amazing guitar. I don't have this guitar anymore. But here's a pic of it. The guitar was used to record all 12 songs I will be showcasing in this first chapter. The drums you hear on this tape are drums that my mother helped me purchase in 1992 at a local shop here. It was a CB Max silver 5-piece set with a throne, and the cymbal set that came with it had a ride, a crash, and some hats. All the hardware, everything was included. It was pretty amazing. I want to say I got this entire set brand new back then for about, I think it was $299, right? $300. We put it on layaway. My mom helped me pay for half, and I was able to take out the layaway by paying the other half I had saved with birthday money and chore money. Boy, I was so happy to have a real drum set for the first time. I think back, it was amazing. Just that sound of full kit. I remember actually choosing the silver one, the silver kit, because I saw Jimmy Chamberlin playing one around that time. And for those of you that know of him, man, what a drummer, right? But for those of you that don't know of him, I recommend you to check out his style. Check him out. So here's a picture of me playing that set back when I was 14. Yep, that's me in my parents' garage practicing. So here's a sample of my first song I ever wrote that is titled Breathe, back in 1991. Check it out. So yeah, an old recording, pretty worn, huh? You can hear the idea I had while I was writing this. When I was writing the lyrics in my bedroom at 13, I remember laying on my bed in a completely dark room and starting off the song with the lyrics, I see no light on, sleep on me. The golden cramp I talk about in the third line is actually a sciatic nerve pain I was experiencing at the time. I had really bad back muscle spasms at the time where I couldn't even get out of bed sometimes. Hence the Golden Grant. The lyrics to the song are basically talking about what was going on at the time with my health. It was very cold outside, I remember. And during that time, I was writing. But yet I still went into the garage and holding on, played, and painted on, practiced the drums. Why there's that 20-degree reference in the song as well. Going to the doctors, hearing results of evaluations. Pretty much all that was incorporated into the lyrics of the song. So when I originally sang the song at the time, I was in a lot of pain for the most part. So I originally sang it as if I was in pain while singing. I titled the song Breathe due to what a physical therapist at the time asked me to do when I experienced the pain. She gave me breathing exercises, actually, which didn't help me much, so I just popped the painkillers instead that I was prescribed. And later found out medically that I have a high pain tolerance. As a kid, those pills knocked me out. But that was better than experiencing the pain that I was in. So there you go. That is basically, in a nutshell, how I came to write my first song ever. It was over 30 years ago. That's a long time. A little tough to remember every detail, but with the help of the tapes and old lyrics I found, I was able to put a pretty good memory for my first song ever written. As you will hear, the lyrics basically reference the pain I was in through the entire song, how I wish for something else to feel better. So rather than spruce up the song with today's gear that I have, plus my evolved voice for singing, I decided to keep it as close to the original as possible. No fancy drumming, no fancy vocals, no fancy overdubbing, no fancy anything. I've taken this song and re-recorded it using everything I know today, but still keeping its original vibe. And yes, even playing it a full step up on guitar, which I mistakenly did back then. I thank you for listening to the story of my first song that I ever wrote in my life. This is the first song of my first series of 12 songs, as mentioned, that formed my youth from the ages between 13 and 16. So please stay tuned for episode 2 in the first chapter, where I will be showcasing the actual song Breathe, written today, and talk about the gear that I used. I welcome you to let me know what you think in the comments, provide any feedback, etc., as I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, keep in mind, though, of when this song was written and my age and experience at the time. Please be sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on new videos and content as my musical journey through YouTube gets uploaded. Thank you for watching.